So are you thinking about moving to Murrieta, California, but you want to know the goods and the bads before you do? Well, in this video, I'm going to share with you guys just that. I'm going to give you guys the pros and the cons of living in Murrieta, California. So stay tuned because we're going to get after it right now. If this is your first time to this channel and you want to know everything that there is about living, eating, breathing in Murrieta, California, then subscribe below, tap the bell for notifications so you can be the first to know about the current market in Murrieta, California. Hi, my name is Jonathan. We get calls and emails every single day from people just like you looking to make their move to Murrieta, California. So whether you're moving in 9 days or 90 days, give us a call, shoot us a text, or send us an email, and we would love to help you make that smooth move to Murrieta, California. All right, guys, so let's get into the pros and cons segment of this video. All right, so I'm gonna get into the pros, right? I'm gonna give you guys your dessert before I give you guys your veggies, right? Because everybody wants the dessert first, all right? So the #1 pro of living in Murrieta, California, you guys, it is the safety. So Murrieta, California was once ranked the 2nd safest city to live in the whole United States. Now, if you're anything like I am, and maybe you have family, maybe you have kids or cats or dogs, or maybe you have a miniature pig, and I only say miniature pig because I was walking the other day and I saw a man walking a pig on the leash. I thought, man, what an interesting dog. Let me go ask what type of dog this is. And sure as heck, it was no dog. But if you do have any of that, and safety is of importance to you, then Murrieta, California is probably a good spot, especially if you're coming from an area that's not so well. So maybe you're coming from LA, maybe you're coming from downtown San Diego, or maybe you're coming from out of the state like St. Louis or Chicago, maybe Seattle or maybe Atlanta, wherever you are, whatever the case may be. If you guys want safety, Murrieta is a place to go. You're not gonna have to worry about your kids, you know, playing in the street, or you're not gonna have to worry about, you know, leaving your car unlocked or having a garage door open overnight and having somebody break into your house or your car, right? That doesn't happen in Murrieta, California. Now, as the city expands, you know, crime does go a little bit up, so that's why we're no longer ranked #2. However, we are still safer than 75% of the cities in all America, which is still really, really well, right? And so the police force here, Murrieta, California does have its own police force. They established it a little over 30 years ago in 1992. So the department here is very well funded. They're very well equipped. And so you guys, safety here is pretty dang on good. And so that's why I say that it's the #1 pro, especially if you have family and kids. This is the place to go. All right, guys, now I gave you pro #1 of living in Murrieta, California. Now let's get into the pro #2. You might be wondering what that is. So #2, you guys, it is the public school system here, or the school system in general. So if you guys have kids, Murrieta, California is not so bad when it comes to schools. So Murrieta, California, the overall niche grade for the school system here is an A+ rating. They have over 60 schools here. They're all highly rated. And I'm not talking about highly rated in just academics, you guys. I'm talking they're highly rated in academics, the teachers, the food, the diversity, the funding, the clubs, you guys, the sports. The sports here is pretty big. Murrieta is actually ranked #2 best school for athletes in the whole state of California. And so if you guys have one of those kids that's gonna be maybe a future Kobe Bryant or a future Tom Brady or a LeBron James or Tiger Woods or Serena Williams, Michael Phelps, whomever, right? The school system here for sports, it's amazing. I mean, they're top notch, they're well funded. These guys over here, they don't play around. And so if you're looking for a good school system where your kids can grow up and have a great education and maybe excel, then Murrieta, California is gonna be a good spot for them. And so that's why we rank that as the #2 pro of living here. Now, I know you might be wondering, why is that not #1? That's kind of more important. Well, we decided to go with the safety, we put the safety over the education, just because without the safety, there probably wouldn't be any good education. And so let's get into the 3rd pro of living in Murrieta, California. All right, guys, let's get into the 3rd pro of living in Murrieta, California. So the 3rd pro of living in Murrieta, California, you guys, it is the location of Murrieta, California. So we're centrally located in between LA and San Diego, you guys. And so we're right dab in the middle. A lot of things nearby within, I say within a 50-mile radius, within a 2-hour drive, you guys can do a whole lot. Like, I'm talking about a whole lot. Like, you guys would have endless times of different things to do. And so if you guys wanted to do something every weekend, you guys would probably be doing something every weekend for like 2 years. I'm not even joking. I may be over exaggerating, maybe 1 year, but that's still a lot of things to do. And so if you guys wanted to go to the beach one day, right? You guys, that's a 45-minute drive from Murrieta, California. Maybe you guys want to go to the mountains, maybe you guys want to snowboard, maybe you want to ski, right? You guys can go head on over there to Big Bear, California, which is about an hour 15, hour 30, and you guys can hang out there for the day. Maybe you wanted to do both on the same day. That's totally possible. People have done it all the time and people talk about it. I don't know anywhere else in the whole United States that you can go surfing and snowboarding on the same day. That can happen if you live out here. I mean, we're so close to everything. So in Murrieta, you guys, again, you're close to LA, San Diego in between, and you're close to the mountains as well. So you're kind of like in one big triangle, right? You're dab in the middle where you can do pretty much everything and anything. If you have family, if you have kids, maybe you guys are interested in Disneyland. That'll take you about 45 minutes to an hour. You guys take fast track from Murrieta to Disneyland. Maybe you guys want to go to Universal Studios in LA. Well, that'll take you about an hour and 30 minutes. Maybe you want to check out Six Flags or Knott's Berry Farm, another amusement park here in Southern California. I mean, you guys, all this stuff is within a 2-hour drive, you guys. It's all within a 2-hour drive. I mean, you can totally do this. Maybe you guys wanted to head to San Diego for the day, go hang out and go check out the harbor, or just go walk the streets of San Diego, see what San Diego has to offer. There's a lot of great things. Old Town San Diego is amazing. Hey, you guys can make it there in an hour 15. Maybe you guys are done with the United States for the day, right? Maybe it's a Friday night and you're just like, I'm so over work. I just need to get out of here, all right? You guys could go swing down south. Maybe it's about it's 90 miles from here, so a little under 2 hours. You guys can be in Tijuana, Mexico, right? So you guys can literally be in a whole different country in less than 2 hours, right? And you can enjoy your whole day there, hang out, drive on back, and get here still before dinner time. Those are the things that you can do living in Murrieta, California. The location, again, endless possibilities of things to do here. If you're single, if you're married, if you're divorced, if you're widowed, whatever the case may be, guys, so many things to do out here. I mean, endless supply. So I do highly recommend it for location, just because of all the activities, all the fun things to do out here. And so that's why I rank that #3 on the pros, all right? So let's get into the cons. Before we get into the cons though, one final pro I forgot to mention, you guys, and that is affordability. So the affordability in Murrieta, California, it is great, especially if you're coming from a big city or a big suburb, right? It's a more affordable city to live out here in the state of California. So especially if you're coming from Los Angeles or San Francisco or one of these other big cities out like Phoenix or Oregon, or shoot, New York maybe, some places even in Texas, you guys, affordability here is great. If you guys know, we're right on top of Temecula, California, north of Temecula. We are 7% less expensive compared to Temecula. That sounded a little weird, kind of how I said that, but it's 7% less expensive to live in Murrieta, California than it would be to live in Temecula, California. And so if you see my previous videos of Temecula and the pros and cons in my vlog tour, then you guys know Temecula has a lot to offer. And that's one of the benefits of kind of living out there. But because this is a Murrieta video, I'm saying that affordability is one of the final pros of living out here. So now let's finally get into the cons. So I've already given you guys your dessert, you guys got your pros. Now let me give you your veggies, okay? Let me give you all the cons of living in Murrieta, California, okay? So I'm gonna say the #1 con of living in Murrieta, California, you guys, it is the traffic, okay? The traffic here just sucks, or it can suck, okay? So majority of the people that live in Murrieta, California, they are commuters. They trek to San Diego, they trek to LA, they trek to Riverside, or wherever the case may be. They trek somewhere that's pretty freaking far, or some ways away. I'm not saying freaking far, but some ways away, okay? So what may take you guys 20 minutes might turn into 45 minutes to an hour, given circumstances, depending where you're coming from. Now, however, if you're maybe in the education system, again, like I stated before, we have over 60 schools. The Murrieta might be a good place for you because you won't have to commute as far. So majority of the employees here in Murrieta are in the education system. Okay, granted, over 60 schools, you guys can understand why, all right? But if you do have to commute, right, and you don't work remote or you don't work at home anymore, you have to show face, you have to be in an office every day at 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock, and you have to go to San Diego or you have to go to Riverside, then I would just say my #1 tip is just plan ahead. You just never know what's gonna happen at any given day, especially on the rainy days. I know I do. I plan ahead on my rainy days because that's a day that I know that every single Californian forgets how to drive. Because on any given rainy day, there's gonna be a car accident. There's gonna be multiple car accidents. So you always just wanna plan for those days, okay? Plan for the rainy days. Look up some alternative routes because there is a lot of back roads in Murrieta that you can take to try to avoid or swerve away from some of that traffic. May save you 10 to 15 minutes here and there, but hey, 10, 15 minutes here and there can turn up to 2 hours in a work week, okay? And so I was just gonna say that the #1 con, it is gonna be the traffic, you guys. All right, so let's get into the #2. Now, the #2 con of living in Murrieta, California, it's gonna be the diversity in the food game, okay? So the food game here is not the best when we're talking about culturally diverse. We're just not there yet. However, as we expand and we grow into a bigger population, bigger city, bigger town, the food and the different cultures, they're coming. As of right now, there's not that many. There's a traditional, you got your traditional Mexican restaurants or your traditional restaurants with your burgers and fries or whatever the case may be, but not a whole lot going on. So if you are looking for some diversity in food, you might have to drive some ways to go eat at a good, nice restaurant. Myself, I love my Brazilian steakhouses. So I make my way 45 minutes to Carlsbad, California, or 45 minutes to Irvine, California to eat at a good Brazilian steakhouse because I love me a good steak. Now, if you guys are not about, driving 45 minutes, that's okay. Temecula, California has a lot to offer, which is about 15 minutes down the road, give or take, depending on where you're going. However, again, we're just not that diversified in the culture of food yet. We are expanding, but it's just not there yet, okay? So I would just say that is #2 for cons. Now, the third and final con of living in Murrieta, California, you guys, it's going to be the nightlife. So if you're one of those night owls or a vampire sucker or whatever they call them nowadays, right, and you enjoy the nightlife and that's when you like to go out, this place might not be the best for you. Majority of the places here do close around 7 to 9. Not a whole lot going on. There's your occasional bars and grills that stay open past 10. That's pretty much it. So if you guys are looking, you know, to bar hop, or you guys are looking to club, probably not gonna be the right place. However, 10-15 minutes down the road, you guys can enjoy the nightlife down in Temecula, California all you want. That's what a lot of people do. But the nightlife here, does not exist. It's just not as, I guess people would say, popping. Just because it's not that type of environment. It's more family oriented, or you guys raise family and kids and enjoy your guys' life and stuff like that. Now that's gonna wrap up this video, okay? I hope you guys enjoyed all the pros and the cons. I hope you guys enjoyed the desserts and the veggies. I hope you guys had some good information, okay? So if you guys have any questions, you guys just, hey, comment down below, or hey, schedule a Zoom with me down below on the link, and I would love to talk to you guys at any given day. You guys want to reach out, phone, text, or email, again, I'm here for you guys all the time. But it was fun, it was a blessing. I hope this was useful to you guys, and you guys have a blessed day.